Hey YouTube, hey YouTube, hey. So, I usually do my videos on things that are somewhat topical or pretty recent, or just things that are in the news that I think, fucking, I have my thoughts on the matter. I'll comment on this. But forgive me, I'm going to talk about a movie that came out a couple of months ago, and I only got around to watching it last night. Gone Girl is a masterpiece. It's utter. Yeah. I mean, we watched it last night. I had my reservations because I don't know. I just did. Um, it's it. The mark of a great movie is when it haunts you. Okay, when it consumes you, so that 24 hours later you're still just going. You still can't. You can either not wrap your head around it, or you're just thinking. It's all you can think about. You're just working out the ramifications of the plot and things like that. So that's the mark of a great movie. You're so invested that you're still invested afterwards, and I have that with this movie. So I'm going to talk about it because, forgive me, like I said, this is a few months after everybody else in the world has talked about this movie, but whatever, I'm going to talk about it. If you want to watch it, great. I appreciate the love. If not, it's fine. Don't worry. I'll probably talk about Jurassic World in a few days. It's all good. But I got to talk about this movie because it really, it just took me over. Basic premise. Ben Affleck plays Nick. He's going out with, he's married to Amy, played by Rosamund Pike. Comes home from comes home on his anniversary, of 5 years anniversary, and discovers that his wife is missing. This sparks up an investigation, but because he's behaving quite awkwardly and he's kind of a private, sort of closed off person, people believe he's a sociopath, and he's like the main suspect in it. And then the question is, like, was he involved? Did he do this? Yeah, I mean, and then, like, to talk about it anymore would be spoilers. To go further on the plot there would be spoilerific. We do get a few flashbacks into what life was like before then, what life was like leading up to that date, both when they first met, when they were singletons, and as early married couples, as like up to a year before, so that things like that. But I can't really go anything any further than this. It's David Fincher's great. I mean, like, I can't. It's yeah. See, that's me. I'm speechless here. He's got me babbling. What I will say is this: after about 45 minutes, I knew who was doing the score. It's a Trent Reznor score. I love the fact that Trent Reznor of Nine Inch Nails is now so accomplished in movie score that he's got his own signature. I can recognize it. He's like Hans Zimmer or friggin' John Williams or Danny Elfman or something. I can spot that score. I can spot it. Nobody does tension better than this guy. And David Fincher is right to keep him around. He's excellent. Affleck, once or twice, he kind of starts out the movie a little bit doughy, and I think, like, as the movie goes along, he loses a bit of weight because he's training to be Batman. Maybe that's just me. I just picked up on that. I was like, he didn't have those guns half an hour ago. Stuff like that. There's a couple of interesting sort of little cameos, like, not cameos, but there are a few characters that sort of come and go. Fucking what's his face? Neil Patrick Harris shows up once or twice. He comes and goes. Tyler fucking Perry, man. Tyler Perry, who I've never really rated before. I know he was in that friggin' whatchamacallit, Andy Cross movie. Not Andy Cross. What's it called? Mark Cross. Those dudes. He was in one of those movies. He's always played like bit parts. All I really know him from is like the first Star Trek movie where he's like a senior officer or something. I know he's been in some really shit sort of transvestite movies or something. I don't know, like that. I don't watch those. He was impressive. He comes and goes, but he's got a presence. I like that. Furthermore, it's Affleck is superb. Very underwhelming as a guy that you want to like, but you're not very sure about. The girl who played his sister, his twin sister Margot, she's great. She's not comic relief, but she is certainly a lighter character. Rosamund Pike as the girl who has gone is she's spellbinding, man. Yeah, her. It's just, yeah. I mean, to go into her character would be to spoil the plot, but she's really impressed me. She's only ever been, she hasn't. It felt like she's played like bit parts, like just standard female parts in other movies. I know she was a Bond girl, and she was in like the second friggin' Clash of the Titans movie. I know she's been in lots of other stuff. I can't get it off the top of my head. But she's oh yeah, and she was in fucking The World's End. That with Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. She was funny in that. So this girl's got range, and I'd like to see her go far. She's earned it. Good for her. But far, yeah. Speaking of range, yeah, this was a really good vehicle for her. I would like to see more of that. But yeah, no, this is pure David Fincher. It's a really smart art house film. I know it's based on a book. I'm glad I didn't read the book because this movie turns into something else. There's a moth. This movie turns into something else once or twice. When it twists, it twists. So that's it's a bit of a ride. Just when you think, oh, if this was any other movie, this movie would end right now. No, we're going to keep going for a bit. Okay, now this is happening. Okay, now this is happening. Yeah, I don't want to spoil it for those who still have not watched it, but I watched it last night, and it just ensnared me so much that I have to poorly articulate my thoughts on it. So yeah, excellent film. Excellent film. David Fincher is one of those guys, one of those directors who studios should just write a blank check and be like, hey man, whatever you want to do, we'll finance it. It's yours. Guy's on a roll. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Gone Girl. If you like this video, please click like, subscribe, view, share, and all the usual jazz, and enjoy your weekend, YouTube. Goodbye.